Hello, my name is Charles Taylor, and we are back once again. And this time I'm going to tell you why financial literacy should be taught in schools. Now, I'm pretty sure you know at least 10 people right now who is in some sort of debt. And there is a 100% guarantee that the person behind this computer looking at me do this speech, there's a very good chance that if you are not in debt right now, there's a very good chance that especially after you get through your college career, you will be in debt. Debt is a horrible thing, but debt is so normal. Debt is pretty much like waking up in the morning and brushing your teeth. It's for some reason it just is what it is. And like I was saying, I'm in debt. There's a very good chance that a little bit about myself. I've been in debt since I want to say 18, and that's when I started. That's when I went to college the first time. I'm 32. Before I started school here, I went to school at El Centro College. And before I even jumped into that, I was busy paying 4 years worth of student loans off. Not to mention all the other stuff that I had personally happen to me. So just trying to get my debt down. So debt is real, debt is out there, debt is just what it is. And for that reason, I want to talk about and persuade everyone who's watching this speech to realize and understand that in order to make sure that our children and our children's children don't fall into these same pits that we did, financial literacy must be taught in schools of all ages. So, children need the lessons to avoid the pitfalls of debt. Okay? According to the Council of Economic Education, 17 states have requirements for students to take economic courses. But there's not too many laws that's out there governing and making sure that these students take these courses. So based on the information from the CESI Solutions, students who don't have that knowledge from those courses are more likely to have lower credit scores and other financial problems. Again, debt ranging from mortgage, house, auto, just debt in general. Data collected from K through 8 schools who teach financial literacy is scarce. And even though colleges are better at spreading financial literacy, it's still an argument of maybe it's a little too late. The reason why that is because we as people, we're already in college. We're learning about debt and pretty much money in general and how it works for us right here, right now. We have the opportunity to stop this, but at the same time, if it's believed, and I'm right on board with this, start from first grade all the way up until high school, then there's a better chance that children will be able to avoid all the traps that come with debt. That's from loans and understanding how they work to whatever you can, like whatever. Being able to teach financial literacy has a chance to end the vicious cycle of poverty. It's very, 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 very important that we work to eliminate poverty. But one of the best ways to do that is teaching financial literacy, especially to low-income kids. Instead of waiting to high school, you teach these kids as early and as often as possible so they get used to knowing how money works and getting used to knowing what money does. And based on a study done by Champlain College, I know I'm saying that wrong, so I apologize. Most kids are not being taught about money at home. So access to financial literacy helps students better prepare how to manage their money and resources. Excuse me. You want to be able to get a head start on what's going on, but that same study was talking about how rare it is for they put talking about finances up there with talking about sex, drugs, and alcohol. That's how bad this is. And this is why we cannot allow this to continue. Beneficial information from elementary school through college can keep children from making the same mistakes that your mama, your mama's mama, your mama's mama's mama, your daddy's daddy, your dad. It can stop poverty right at the neck if we teach these children right now. Right now. Let's not wait. If we teach these children right now how finances and how money works, we can keep these children from having horrible, horrible pitfalls, and we can help end the vicious cycle of poverty. And with the access to more information, we can make the necessary changes needed to better assist ourselves with sustaining these changes. It's not just about teaching. If you teach a man to fish, they will be able to fish on their own. But if you teach children how to stay away from bad loans, if you can teach them how to recognize bad loans, if you teach them how to recognize how their money can work for them, then there's a very good chance that we can eliminate debt throughout. But we have a long way to go, and we got to get started. Now, even though that optimism still remains, Northwest Mutual states that, and this is adults right now, 74% of U.S. adults are carrying less debt. 71% feel better financially secure, and that was 47% 10 years ago. 88% report better financial habits. I know I got some. 66% have specific financial goals between now and the next 10 years. This study was done 10 years ago, and we were down in the dumps. Now we've got the information, but we're taking it seriously. Imagine what would happen if you were able to teach your children that same. Imagine if you started early with your children. They wouldn't have to even worry about that because you could already plan how to structure how their money works. That's why even though people like Champlain College, they preach high school, let's start as early as elementary school, because this continued emphasis on financial this continued emphasis on financial literacy throughout a child's scholastic tenure can all but guarantee results that students avoid debt, no matter what it is. We start now. We can make this a key. So sorry. If we start right now, we can make this key to a child's development, where they can not only avoid this stuff, but they can get used to knowing how money works. They don't have to worry at all about what happens when it comes to spending that money. These are just a few reasons. These are just a few ways we can save the children from our financial strain. If we focus more on financial literacy, we can not only avoid the problems and the pratfalls of debt, we can teach these kids early and often how to end the vicious cycle of poverty. But most importantly, we give these kids access to being able to sustain this information over time. Like I said earlier, at the beginning of my speech, for a lot of us, it's too late. We start right now, we can make sure that we keep our children's children and generations to come from making the same mistakes we did, and we just might be able to eliminate debt and poverty altogether. That's my speech. Let's do this, and you guys have a good one.